Wow. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Or hey, 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 or whatever. I'm only a little bit late. Nearly 12 hours. I'm Boundy, psychic medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And wow, it's been a day and a half. I haven't had time to breathe almost. It's been very busy. We're here now, and it's time to actually look at the cards at last. So I'm going to go over to the cards. Here we go. That was the echo with the Instagram feed. So, oopsie, forgot that button. So, anyway, we are here. And welcome to those who are watching via Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. And I think, Instagram I've mentioned. There was another one, but doesn't matter. Oh, we're here. Tune into your psychic senses and connect with your guiding spirits. What we have is, it is still the Lenormand the Gilded Breviary Lenormand that Ciro Marchetti has created, and there's going to be a lot of shadows because it's dark outside. You would have noticed that opening screen if you see that, especially those in replay may see it. What we've got is definitely the birds in the home space. We've got the well as the overall theme for the day, and we've got the magnifying glass in the workspace. Very nice choices there. So I'll leave that there and I'll bring up the owl card because that is amazing things will happen. A beautiful owl in flight. I think it's a snow owl, but not 100% sure. So gorgeous card, that one. I'm going to put it aside a little as we zoom in to get the focus on the main cards so that they can stand out for us. Now, have you... good evening, Corinna. Lovely to see you here. What sort of a day have you been having so far, considering that what we've gone through is half the day and it's not many hours left of the day, probably 5 at the most. It's coming up 7 p.m. here on my computer in Port Elliot, South Australia. So only 5 hours left of this day here in this particular longitude. What is it that you've been having happen in your day wherever you are so far? And we'll see, well, does it sort of match what the cards have been giving us as our message today? For those in the Northern Hemisphere and across the other side of the world, you're probably just coming into the beginning of your day, so perfect timing. Here we are with the well as that central card. It is bringing us the resources we need. So know that whatever it is that you're needing to draw upon or draw up with that bucket, that you have that abundance, you've got the ability to wind that wheel as many times as you like. And you can see the verdant grounds around about, verdant meaning green and luscious. So it's certainly going to be an abundance in that well as you need it. The golden rays of that light behind it with the sun of adorning and being able to prepare for your day. It's got all possibilities in there and ability to be able to choose the when and the what is drawn for you to use today. Okay. Then we've got the birds in the home space. So it is about communication. So as you're chattering with those who are in your family, be clear on what direction you're sending the message out. Spend time to listen as well. So, there's one that's resting there and looks like he's listening or she's listening. This one here looks like listening. Make sure too, though, that as you're gathering together, that you are allowing each other their voice and listen well, but also that it's not the gossipy type of stuff. Make it what is meaningful so that you are flying in with a purpose and that you can then go and communicate elsewhere with a purpose and, have it being from that heart space. Messages of love to each other, that type of thing as well. so that you are sustaining body, mind, and soul, that it's not just at the feeding post here. Even though it's a wonderful time to gather together for our meals, isn't it? Okay, so from that into our workspace. Magnifying glass, we've got to look at the details. So it's a double number as well. So it's got that extra depth to what we're doing, and seeing the particular detail in whatever way that you need to. Beautiful magnifying glass here. I love that depiction of it. Take a closer look, and I suppose it's not just for, look at the small print and make sure you're getting that right. I think it's a lot of different aspects of how we can look more closely at things. It's probably even letting us know that whatever our intention is, that we are looking at it, more deeply and more with a larger picture than we normally would, as to how what we aim to do, what our agenda is, that it is going to be beneficial for that more global aspect in our workspace, because it does tend to be that sort of influence that follows through to other people. Because even when we're a soulpreneur like I am, that we are putting through influence in who we touch in our daily dealings, e.g. today, I've had quite a few meeting webinar connections today. So it's really using that sense of, the smarts, the intelligence and the rest to analyse some of what the information is that I've received, and also making sure that there is clarity in what I'm sending out as the message I'm sharing with others. So it's a bit of that as well. So looking at the extra depth and detail of what we're doing in our work. So that is the reading for today. So that the communication, as we're digging into what resources we need to use to plan and do whatever we do in our work, but also the logistics and meeting together with our families can be a bit of a thing too. Making sure that our instructions words are clear, and that what we're getting is gaining more clarity for, our daily living, for whatever it is that your intention and goals are. Okay, so that is what I would suggest as my interpretation of what those cards are. Could definitely mean something more specific for you in whatever your life events are and the environment that you're dealing with as you're moving through your day, or having already moved through your day. What have you been having happen already that may be an indication of confirmation from the cards as well. So thank you for being here. Definitely, I've got the links there for the psychic.online for any more detailed readings that you might like to, to have a personalised, detailed reading. And certainly, definitely resonates for the day that you've had today, Corinna. Well, is it good or bad? I don't think there is a good and bad personally. I think it's just what it is, and what lessons have you learnt, and how are you growing and really connecting in with that heart space that we have, isn't it? And thank you from Corinna. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's been a bit of a long slog today in how everything has presented. So for my day, and it certainly has needed some analysis with a magnifying glass for some of what I've needed to do, because it was a learning curve that was a little challenging. So that's all I'll be saying on it. It was, as far as the business goes, it was frustrating. But that's an emotion and feelings that can certainly strengthen some other muscles, isn't it? Well, we'll leave it there for today, and tomorrow will hopefully be at about the right time. 8, it could be a little earlier, 7:38. I know there was something else on the calendar. I've got a bit of a period where I'm being busy coming up around the morning slots. So keep your eye out for the notifications. If you're in YouTube, hit the subscribe. And that's one way I know that the YouTube do send out the notifications pretty on pretty much on time so that you do make those types of events. Facebook's been a bit erratic. We'll see what the morning brings. Keep being the best you that you can be, and namaste.